The customer and I had decided to go with some Ferrari 458 challenge wheels. After the 430 challenge wheels fiasco, they were way too small and we had to upgrade to some bigger wheels that looked a lot better on the model and also looked a bit more like the ones on the actual car. So I got them in a couple of weeks after I finished the build, so I put the Ferrari wheels on first to just have it finished and finish the video series, and then move on to doing an update video like this one when I get the real wheels in that we're going to use on the build. So I took the wheels off, test fitted it the hobby design wheels, and started modifying them as they were a bit too wide for the tires I'm going to use. These are some Skill Production tires and I had to cut them down a bit. So first just put the tires on, marked where I needed to cut it, and started cutting with a very fine photo etch saw blade and removing that excess piece of wheel. So now that the wheels have the correct width, I moved on to applying a couple of the really thick coats of primer. This is a resin part, so it doesn't really react to the primer as plastic would, so you can be a lot more aggressive, adding a lot thicker layers and maybe even quicker after one and another. I decided to do this a bit thicker than normal as there were a couple of print lines from the initial mold that Hobby Design made left in the wheel, so I filled those up mostly with a thick coat of primer. After priming all four wheels, I took out some gunmetal from Zero Paints and applied 2 light coats to come to full coverage and have it looking a lot like the actual color on the wheels. I let the paint dry off for a bit and then decided to move on to detailing them, adding some Hobby Design Ferrari logos onto the centers of the wheel with, I think they are called center caps, and they look like the ones on the actual car, so I'm pretty happy with that. Put the tires on them and decided to test fit them on the car. They looked perfect, the offset was correct, and I could finish this build off.